Have you ever thought how many contact addresses you own? If you are a professional, then you probably have a few. You have an email address, a mobile phone number, a work phone number, a company internal extension number, a Skype name for chat, for voice, and for video. So let me ask you this. From those numbers and addresses, which one can you recall right now? I bet it's the email, right? And from those numbers and addresses, which ones can you associate to a company? Let me guess. Your email address, right? But, when using public cloud solutions for professionals, how can one be sure that the username was not created by someone else? And from these two addresses, which one you have full control? Because your communications are spread over many providers, you have no control and no privacy. What if you could have full control of your communications and a single address to communicate? IPBLOC is aware of this problem and has adopted a technology to help solving it. Finally, after searching for the right technology, and helped by today's reliable internet connections, IPBLOC presents UCOIP, Unified Communications over IP. UCOIP represents a new stage in communications. The stage where telephony, instant messaging, email and video come together by using a unique contact address. So, let's see some real-life examples of the application of UCOIP technology. First example. Communicating with a person outside the company. Tanya, the secretary from the TechLane company, wishes to contact Danvi, the secretary from Base Zone. She wants to order some computer parts, but she doesn't know Tanvi's direct phone number. In the past, she has received an email from Tanvi about a specific order, so she searches for Tanvi's email and finds it. Because both TechLane and Base Zone companies have an UCOIP system in place, Tanya goes to her soft phone and dials Tanvi's UCOIP address. The call is established and Tanya can now order the computer parts she needs. What does it mean? It means that, instead of a number, Tanya called the UCOIP address, commonly known as the email address. And, this process was so easy for her, that she began to make all her phone calls this way, since most of her company contacts have implemented a UCOIP system. She no longer needs to recall phone numbers. Second example. Communicating with a person belonging to the same company. Let's imagine TechLane is a company with 500 co-workers. And, Tanya is one of the secretaries. Tanya needs to call Kumar, the new colleague from the sales department. She doesn't know his extension number, nor if Kumar is at the company, but she remembers that she received the welcome email, which Kumar sent, presenting himself to his colleagues. She copies the UCOIP address from the email, and calls him via soft phone. Kumar is not at the company, but because he changed the call settings, any call made to his workstation phone is transferred to his mobile phone. So, he answers the call from Tanya while on the street. What does it mean? It means that Tanya didn't have to recall the phone extension to make a call. She just dialed the UCOIP address, which is easy to remember. It also means that wherever a person is located, it will always be reached just by calling the UCOIP address. But, is UCOIP better than the present communications system? By comparing some aspects of traditional communications and the UCOIP way, we shall see how this technology can benefit organizations. In today's traditional communications, being a professional, you have at least 4 numbers and addresses to communicate, but with the UCOIP you only have 1. With the UCOIP system, all communications pass through the IP, and therefore are encrypted by the personal server, and not traceable. It is possible to fake, for example, a Skype address. But it's impossible to fake the UCOIP address. When calling a number, it's impossible to know its origin, unless you have associated to a name before. With the UCOIP address, you always know the organization, and possibly the name of the person. It's difficult to memorize a number, but it's easier to remember an UCOIP address. The UCOIP technology is aimed to be used in the corporate environment, because companies are the ones that need privacy the most, but with time, it can be used for domestic purposes. Every form of communication has its own address. And if another one appears, it will have its own as well. The UCOIP system will always integrate other communication forms with the single address. If you wish to know more about IPBLOC and its robust communication solutions, and also to be prepared for the future of communications, then go to www.ipbloc.com and send us an email to info@ipbloc.com. UCOIP, Unified Communications over IP.